Welcome to Barcelona, Spain. This is the Olympic Marina, and just across the street is the Grand Casino in Barcelona, home to the PartyPoker.com World Heads Up Poker Championship 2005. I'm Mike Carlson. This is day 5 of the championship, and we've reached the quarterfinal stage. Yesterday, in a grueling 2-stage performance, rounds 3 and rounds 4 took place, and we took the 32 players remaining and cut them down to just 8. Nobody went faster than one of the pre-tournament favorites, the Devilfish Dave Elliott, out in only 8 hands to the unfancied Stephen Pearce. Stephen Pearce eliminated in round 4 by Pascal Perrault, who we will see in one of our TV games today. Every match from the quarterfinals on in will take place in the TV studio under the lights. You'll see every card and you'll see every bet. Working with me to explain the finer points is the poker professional Pete Singleton, and Pete's waiting for me in the bar right now to talk about some of yesterday's play and what we can look forward today. Remember, only one man can get through. The losers today will get 10,000 euros, but the winners advance to the semifinal and a shot at the 100,000 euro first prize. So, Pete, it is the first day of the quarterfinals, and it's thrown up a couple of really intriguing matchups.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Pascal and Pascal Perrault. He's had quite a bit of experience now. His record going into this wasn't so good, but just look at it now, Mike. I mean, he really is a strong contender now, isn't he?
And he's knocked off some really big scalps, too, including Ivo Donin, the man who beat the defending champion.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it'll make him quite a strong favourite now for this title.
And going against him is the man we watched yesterday on television, Peter Gunnarsson.
Yeah, Peter Gunnarsson, maybe not quite so much land-based experience, but certainly he was underestimated by his previous opponent and could well cause an upset here, couldn't he?
Took care of Simon Trumper very, very easily. And then in the second match of the day is one of the guys you tipped at the beginning, your buddy Dave Colclough.
Yeah, I'm pretty friendly with Dave. We played quite a lot against each other, but Dave's a good all-rounder. He's got internet experience and cardroom experience, so once again, will be a strong contender for this title now.
And the guy Dave Colclough is facing, of course, another of these Scandinavians who has a lot of internet experience because there just aren't that many casinos in Scandinavia, from Norway, Andreas Hagen.
Yeah, Andreas, probably not a lot of experience in card rooms, but certainly a lot of internet experience, because a lot of these Scandinavians, Swedish, Norwegian players, they learn quite quickly on that internet, as we've seen to the cost of some of the more famous names, haven't we?
And how much more difficult is the play at this stage?
Well, I mean, every player that's got this far needs to be respected now. There's going to be no weak games. I mean, these guys have got a few games under the belts, and they're going to really be not wishing to give any quarter now.
First 2 of the quarterfinal matches coming up, and it ought to be good. If you're new to poker, the lowest hand is a high card, a king in this case. 1 pair beats a high card, 2 pair beat 1 pair. 3 of a kind, also known as a set or trips, trip 8s in this case, beat 2 pair. 5 cards in numerical sequence, regardless of suit, is a straight. 5 cards of the same suit is a flush, which beats a straight. A full house is 3 of a kind plus a pair. 4 of a kind, 4 aces here, beats a full house. 5 cards in numerical order in the same suit is a straight flush. Make that an ace-high straight flush, and it's a royal flush, the highest hand in poker. The game is No Limit Texas Hold'em. Each player is dealt 2 cards face down, called their hole cards. There follows a round of betting, and then 3 community cards are dealt face up in the middle. That's called the flop. The flop is followed by a second round of betting. Then a fourth community card called The Turn is also dealt face up. The Turn is followed by a third round of betting. Then the final community card, The River. Each player uses his hole cards and the community cards to make his best 5-card poker hand. And remember, it's no limit, which means a player can go all in betting all his chips at any time. And our first quarterfinal matches Pascal Perrault, an aggressive player who's had great success in Europe and beaten some big names on his way to the quarterfinal. And Peter Gunnarsson, the young Swede, experienced both on the net and live, who we saw handle Simon Trumper with surprising ease. The blinds are up to 750 and 1500. Green chips are 250, the reds are 1000. They each have 80,000. They've just traded back. And an ace-king for Pascal Perrault. He told me beforehand that he played all of his matches very aggressively. He thought he'd gotten lucky in 3 of his wins, but basically he thought if he played aggressively, he would get lucky.
Well, Pascal's probably summed up the basic strategy for heads up, hasn't he? You get in there, you make a few moves, and sometimes the cards just fall in place for you. We mentioned this a few times during the matches. Here's a look at the prize money, Mike.
And the losers yesterday in the 4th round got 3,250 euros. They put up 2,000 euros to enter the tournament. The losers in the quarterfinals get 10,000. The losers in the semifinals 20. The runner-up gets 50,000, but the winner gets 100,000 euro. Not bad pot odds for a 2,000 euro stake.
That's about right, Mike. And everyone's in profit now from this stage onwards, aren't they? So everything to play for.
So the bet up to 4,000. Queen 10.
Cool.
And Pascal calls with that. So we'll see a flop. 3 cards will turn over. The players share them. And Pascal is now on a straight draw.
And Jack's made Mr. Gunnarsson the top pair, hasn't it? Jack of spades in his hand with a king kicker. So probably a bit of action in this pot, depending on how they bet it.
6,000 from Peter Gunnarsson. Does Pascal want to pay to hang around for a draw?
He's not paying. He's. I think he's raising it. Yeah, there we go. He said he was going to play aggressive, and he is.
And that's a big raise. Early stages.
Pascal just staring calmly at his opponent now, and Peter put to a decision very early, isn't he? I do like them sunglasses. They're sunglasses. He's borrowed them off Ant Escalon, hasn't he?
The interesting thing here is that Pete Singleton hasn't seen a pair of sunglasses he doesn't like yet.
With this, there we go. There's a good shot of both players there. Pascal impassive and Peter thoughtful.
And in the game we did last night, Simon Trumper, it appeared, thought he could read Peter Gunnarsson pretty well, but he didn't really, did he?
No, I don't think he settled into the game at all, did he? But he's called him.
So he calls.
He's got position on him, and he's going to say, well, let's see the turn card and see what he does to me then. That's how he's reading this one, I think.
And the call, of course, gives Pascal a chance to hit
an
8 or a king.
Like I say, I don't like to judge players on their own actions, but maybe not the correct action here, but we'll see.
Instead, it's hit another jack.
Yeah, now it's the correct action, but what's Pascal going to do?
He was shaking. He's going all